News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
One man has been killed in an officer-involved shooting in Butte. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Friday, June 17th, 2016. The sky mostly clear. We have 35 degrees in Missoula right now. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Western Montana New Holland, located south of the Y on Highway 10 across from the Axeman, now offering special financing, 0 down up to 84 months on approved credit. Our top story across the state this morning, a man died in an officer-involved shooting in Butte early Thursday morning. Sheriff Ed Lester told the Montana Standard the 36-year-old man fired shots at an officer who was responding to a reported domestic disturbance early yesterday morning. The officer shot back, causing fatal injuries. Lester said the officer was not injured. The incident began when a woman called police shortly before 2 a.m. to report her husband had been drinking. They were arguing, and he had 2 handguns and a rifle. 2 children were also in the house. Lester says when officers arrived, the man opened the front door, then stepped back, grabbed a handgun, and began shooting. The officer returned fire, striking the man several times. He died of his injuries at the hospital. The man's name has not been released. There'll be no 4th of July fireworks at Missoula Southgate Mall this year due to the fact that the company that normally provides the show has backed out. For the last 5 weeks, Southgate Mall manager Tricia Shepard has been scrambling, looking for a company to provide a safe, quality fireworks show. She finally gave up the effort yesterday and made the announcement, no show this year.
We got notice from our company that we've been working with for several years that with the changes in the industry, they just aren't able to provide a show for us this year. So we did do lots of research and sought out many other companies that could possibly take it over. But with the short notice, we just weren't able to secure another company for this year.
She said the decision had nothing to do with the mall's current renovation and construction project.
The industry changes, I think the expense of covering the insurance and getting products transported and, all the same things that problems we ran into trying to do it personally. Regulations are getting so tough for safety purposes.
Shepard encouraged people to take advantage of the fireworks display at the Osprey Stadium early in July, and also to remember that shooting off fireworks in the city limits is still illegal. A state judge is expected to decide whether to remove a Bozeman legislator from office for taking illegal corporate campaign contributions. District Judge Ray Dayton plans to decide the penalties for a Republican Art Wittich during a court hearing in Anaconda today. In April, a jury found that Wittich took nearly $20,000 in illegal contributions from groups affiliated with the National Right to Work Committee during his 2010 primary campaign. Commissioner of Political Practices Jonathan Modell is asking Dayton to remove Wittich from his final months in office and order the legislature to pay almost $145,000 in damages. Wittich lost his re-election bid in the June 7th primary election. 38-year-old Chad Earl Williams is wanted by Missoula area authorities for a probation violation after an attempted deliberate homicide conviction that occurred in 1996. Chief Deputy County Attorney Jason Marks said a warrant has been issued for Williams' arrest.
Mr. Williams has a pending petition to revoke in district court. He's had a number of violations of his conditions of supervision, and then on Tuesday he failed to appear for his court appearance, and the court issued a $100,000 bench warrant.
Public Information Officer for the County Sheriff's Office, Brenda Bassett, provided a description.
Stands about 5 feet, 10 inches tall with brown hair. He is a Caucasian male with hazel eyes and a medium build. The defendant is serving the 25-year suspended portion of his sentence for attempted deliberate homicide, and after posting bond on June 10th, 2016, he failed to contact his parole officer or provide an agenda of his whereabouts.
Authorities say Williams is known to drive a black 1999 GMC Sierra pickup truck or a silver 2002 Chevrolet Silverado pickup truck. Anyone with information about Williams' whereabouts has to call Crime Stoppers 721-4444. Montana legislators have joined members of the Crow Indian tribe in calling for more transparency from federal investigators regarding open criminal cases on the reservation. Senator Sharon Stewart Pergoy of the Crow Agency said cases of Native American reservations have been ignored. About 100 people marched on Highway 212 yesterday to bring awareness to the April attack of a woman who was found severely burned on the Crow Reservation. The victim's family says Royland Ride's horse remains at a Salt Lake City burn center. Tribal leaders say they've received little information from federal agencies investigating the case. The FBI denied the allegations in a letter to the Billings Gazette. The agency has declined to comment on the April attack, citing ongoing investigations. On Wednesday evening, police officers were called to investigate potential drug activity in the 2600 block of Brooks. Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welch has more.
When they arrived, they observed a male standing outside of a passenger car occupied by two females. The officers made contact with the persons and attempted to identify a male who refused to say who he was.
The man was later identified as 33-year-old Stephen Everhart, who quickly racked up some more charges.
As it was an official investigation, he was subsequently arrested for obstructing a police officer. The male was eventually transported to jail, where staff there discovered that he was in possession of what is believed to be methamphetamine, and he has subsequently been charged with illegal possession of dangerous drugs.
Well, so there's potential for more charges, such as distribution of dangerous drugs. The Montana Public Service Commission made a big decision yesterday regarding solar energy rates. In a 3-2 vote, the commission agreed with Northwestern Energy's emergency request to suspend the $66 facility standard rate, according to Public Information Officer Eric Sell.
The consumers would be locked in at way too high a priced contract. So the commission voted to suspend that rate while we calculate a new rate over the next 6 months. This only applies to projects of 100 kilowatts to 3 megawatts. It's not like a rooftop solar or anything like that. This is only applies to any new contracts that haven't been signed yet.
The commission's decision to suspend the rate was not received well by developers.
It's quite a bit of a reduction from the current rate. And you know, the debate here is between out-of-state corporate solar developers and the consumers of Montana. The reaction we've heard from the solar community and comments that they've submitted to us is they didn't want the commission to take action. And the commission's decision today sided with the consumers of Montana.
The suspension will remain in place until a new rate is established. And yesterday, the remains of U.S. Army Corporal George Simmons finally came back to Montana. In 1942, Simmons was captured on Corregidor in the Philippines during World War II and died in a Japanese POW camp. Only recently were his remains identified by DNA, and plans were made to bring him home. The casket was flown to Spokane, and a motorcade brought him through Idaho to Montana, through Missoula, Lolo, Florence, and Corvallis to the chapel in Hamilton. His body will remain there until tomorrow, when he'll be taken to the Corvallis Cemetery for burial at 10 a.m. The video put together by our correspondent in Hamilton, Steve Fullerton, is excellent, as shows the motorcade, which includes military honor guard, firemen, law enforcement, veterans on motorcycles, and family. You're invited to view it on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. It is very moving. Our News Talk time now is 6:13.
News Talk KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly sunny skies today with our high temperatures in the low 70s. There will be a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm this afternoon, an increased threat of showers and thunderstorms Saturday. High temperatures will be in the mid-70s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.